Hello. Hi guys, welcome back to another video with Pratham Test Prep. This is your host Sanjeet Bhatia again with the new videos on your tricks, what are the do's and the don'ts for the law entrances that are coming up. So as you know that the dates for the new CLAT have been announced for 2023. It is on 18th of December. So there's a lot of things that would be going on in your mind right now, what to do, what not to do, and how to go about your preparation. So all the students who are in 11th standard, you need to understand that while you will be in 12th, you just have 6 months to prepare if you're looking forward to start preparing in the month of April. So all the students who are in class 11th should also understand that they have to start preparing for their CLAT entrances because they just have 1 year to prepare for those exams. And all the students who are in 12th standard, you have gotten a bonus chance this year that you can write CLAT twice in 1 year. Okay, but your session will start very next year. So definitely that is something that you can look into. Even if your session starts, you can also write your CLAT examination within 6 months again in the month of December and go to a better NLU if you want to do that also. Right. So there are some tricks and tips that we will discuss for today that are important for your CLAT 2022 and 2023. If you are planning to do that, then you should definitely keep in mind that these are some of the do's and don'ts that you can follow to get a great AIR during your CLAT examinations. So the first thing is that you have gotten my introduction. Now you can see it on your page also. That is something that you can look into. The next is the first thing that you have to remember before you go for the exam is that this is not the last exam of your life. Definitely you can see that you are getting two chances in 1 year. So definitely not the last exam of your life. So you have to be very, very confident while you are writing the exam, and do not feel any hesitation while writing the exam. So don't think that if you don't clear the exam, your life is over. Definitely there is a lot more to look forward to. So not the last exam of your life. You can decide what you will be, not your university. Even if you go to a not an NLU and a different university, you can mend your ways out. You have to find the right ways for yourself, and you have to find what all you can do through those places also, right? So rather than getting discouraged or just losing your confidence, it's better that you follow what you can do better from those places that you already have, right? So that is something that you need to take care of, that you will decide what you will be, not your university. In the end, your skills matter the most, not what your university is teaching you. Okay, coming to the next part is that these are all stepping stones of your life. There's nothing that can stop you going further, right? It's just a journey that you have to take, and this is one of the stepping stones of that journey. Now coming to the next part, this is not the end, right? Definitely if you go into the college, a lot of people think that giving the CLAT exam will solve all the problems in their life, but sadly guys, that's not true. If you are giving the CLAT exam, it is just the starting of the problems from there, right? So you'll be entering in the law school. There will be a lot of things that you will experience while you are there. So definitely this is not the end. It is just the beginning of your journey of your life while you are turning 18. Okay, so this is not, definitely not the end. And if you are thinking that this is the most difficult thing that you are gonna do right now, I'm sorry to give you the bad news, it's not true, right? I'm really sorry. So you have to see that it's not true that it's the end. So you have to take care of a lot of things in the future, and there are a lot of challenges that will come up. So definitely don't think this is the end, and you have to keep working hard during the time of your life, also during that part. Now coming to the next part is that what are the focus points for this examination, what all you need to keep in mind while you're going for the paper, what all can be read, or what all skills you can develop while you are preparing for the paper. Okay, so the first thing is that what do you need to read, right? That is something which always comes up to us by different students from here and there, that what is something that a student of CLAT or a law student should read. So the first thing is the editorials, right? So the Hindu or the Indian Express editorials should be read by you on daily basis. That is something that has to be done, right? Why? Because that is skill building. So once you're reading those editorials, it gives you a knack of reading a better language, and also it gives you a knack of reading legal language, right? So you need to understand that also. Now coming to the second part is that all the passages that are coming in your examination, okay, they are either derived from any news article or any journalistic source or non-fictional writings. So it can be any source literally. So you don't need to be very stuck upon just reading the newspaper. You can read more things. You can read judgments also. You can read news also and articles also. So that will definitely help you out. Now coming to the next part is that the contemporary legal and moral issues to better apply to general principles or propositions to be given in the given factual scenarios. So you have to see that there are legal and moral issues that has to be applied in these cases. So that is something really, really important. You have to collect background information, additional data, and historical events related to current event, etc. To have a 360-degree approach. So now having a 360-degree approach means that you need to learn and understand all the things that are related to that topic. Okay, it's not just that you know the headline or you know a few basic things. So if you are reading about, say, the protest, the farmer protest that was going on, so it's not something that you can read on the baseline and can go ahead with. You need to go in depth. You need to see the 360-degree angle of that news and understand it in and out. So that is something which is really, really important for any person who's preparing for their law school examinations. Now, coming to the next part is that the static GK or general knowledge questions can only be asked or directly or indirectly related to current affairs. Okay. So you have to understand that. So like static GK in CLAT can only be asked if there is something related to the current affairs. So you have to make sure that you are preparing in such a manner where you can make sure that you are reading these static GK. So, for example, if you are reading about UN or UNESCO or WWF, right, or Red Cross, so you need to understand that where are the headquarters of these organizations, what all these organizations do, how many charters do they have created. So you need to make sure that you are gaining that 360-degree knowledge about the issue, because that is going to help you out a lot while you are going for the examination, right? So this is something which is really, really important for you to understand, that what is to read there, right? There's a lot to read while you are going for a law entrance examination. Now coming to the next part is that what do you need to solve? If you're a student at Pratham Test Prep, definitely then you can solve your class assignments and home assignments. But if you are not a like student at Pratham Test Prep, so definitely you need to find the relevant material for yourself, right? If you're looking for relevant material, you can definitely give us a call on 5 times 9 75392, and we will be happy to help you out on that regard also. But if you are not looking for that, then definitely you need to find the relevant material and the mock test for yourself. Do make sure that you are finding sectional tests for yourself, right? So finding sectional tests is very important, because you'll be able to get the all types of variations that are possible in any topic. So that is something which is really, really important for you, and you really need to understand that sectional tests are going to help you a long, long way in the CLAT preparation. Now The next thing is that to increase your speed, you definitely need to give mock tests, right? Mock test is very, very important. So the giving the mocks is as important as analyzing the mocks. So say mocks dene se kaam nahi banega, you have to even analyze those mocks and understand how are you going about in the examination, which are the topics where you're lacking in, what are the topics that you can improve yourself on, or what are the techniques that you can follow to improve your performance in those examinations, right? That all can be done while you are giving the mock test. Now the next thing that I'm going to tell you is something that I've personally done, and I have experienced a change in my own speed and personality that was going on through I was giving the CLAT examination. So now what you used to need to do is that try the time, right? Okay, so what you have to do is when CLAT examination happens is 3 to 5 p.m. Okay, so that is the time that you need to start solving all your mock tests in normal conditions without using air condition or AC or fans, and just sit and just solve the mock between 3 to 5 p.m. So you need to train your mind to function on its 100% between 3 to 5 p.m., which is really, really important for you, and it will help you out so tremendously. You will not believe once you're going to give the examination. So if you practice it from right now only, that will be really amazing for your future success in this examination, right? So train yourself in writing the mocks between 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. That will give you an absolute amount of productivity and will also tell you how are you going to perform at during that part of the day. Okay, now solving one mock or one previous year paper every alternate day, you need to try to solve as many as mocks that are possible for you now, because that is going to change everything that you have done till now, and it will also give you a fair analysis of how well you have prepared. Now what all you need to do for 2022 is that what we have seen in 2021. Okay, so the legal reasoning, logical reasoning, and the English section, language section of the CLAT 2021 are somewhat related. Some of the preparation techniques also apply to the English language and logical reasoning section of CLAT 2021 may also serve well for the legal section too, right? So you need to take care of your previous year questions, that you are reading all those questions clearly and also solving the previous year mock test very, very carefully, because they will be following a similar pattern this year. If you might not know that this was the second examination with the new CLAT pattern, and definitely people are liking this pattern because it is comprehension based pattern, and it is definitely choosing the right kind of students for the law school who are definitely interested in a lot of reading. Okay, so you need to understand that also, that they are trying to find the best candidate for themselves, who are someone of who have that skill and are also ready to sharpen it while they are in the university. So that is something that you need to understand while giving this examination also. Okay, now some people might say that, sir, if we are going for the previous year examination questions, there are principal fact based questions in those examinations. So you need to understand that the principle and fact based questions are still going to be there, but they are just comprehension based. So you still need to pick up the principles and you still need to apply them to facts. So if you are preparing from the previous year examination paper also, that is something which is definitely very, very relevant during these times also. So you need to take care regarding that too, that while you are writing the real life scenario exams, the mock test that you are writing, you need to practice the previous year questions too. Okay, coming to the next part, that are what are the do's and the don'ts that you need to take care. What are the do's? Increase your reading speed, which is very, very important. Identify your weak and strong sections, because that will help you to plan the examination. Do the mock test analysis. If you are writing the mock test for 2 hours, analyze it for 4 hours. That is very, very important. Work on time management. How are you going to manage your time during your examination? What would be the perfect strategy for you to take while you are giving the examination? Next is selective study. Don't read everything. Don't try to learn everything, because that is not going to lead you anywhere. Try to do selective studying. Next is 360-degree reading. 360-degree reading is very, very important. You need to understand that this kind of reading will give you the exposure that is required to go for the examination of that level. right? The next thing is that paper solving strategy. You need to prepare yourself for a paper solving strategy. You need to find the best suited strategy for yourself, what works in your favor and what doesn't, right? So you need to find is when you write GK first or last, or you can write English first or last, whatever. So you need to understand a human brain is only fully function and productive for 90 minutes continuously. So you need to find your sweet spot where it does lies, and what subjects you can take care towards the end, even if you're stressed, or something that like GK, which you don't require a lot of calculus or you don't require a lot of aptitude or skill there, then you can also go for such an approach, right? So you have to find the right paper solving strategy or paper solving approach for yourself, because it is such an examination where you just get 49 seconds to solve the paper. So you need to find the best suited strategy for yourself. Coming to the next part, that is the don'ts for CLAT, right? Ignoring the verbal ability section. A lot of students tend to ignore the verbal ability section, which tends to lead them to losing a lot of marks. So that is a humble request to all of you to not leave the verbal ability section. Right now, the next is fixation of the mock scores. If you are finding that your mock scores are fixated, do find yourself writing the subject test so that you can improve in all the variations that are possible in any subject where you're losing the most amount of marks. Now, coming to the next part is the unnecessary breaks in the preparation. A lot of students tend to take unnecessary breaks in their preparation just by giving random excuses, which is not true, right? If you want to study in an IIT or an NLU or an IIM, you need to be very, very serious on what you are giving to the paper. So unnecessary breaks will lead you in losing your temperament and your speed. So I don't want anyone to do that. Next is overemphasis on other exams. A lot of students tend to keep a lot of options, which create a lot of confusion on their minds, which is not great for their future and their exams. So definitely don't keep too many options. Prioritize some options. Now, fear of the examination. So a lot of students are scared of giving the examination. So that is something that you need to take out of your mind also, because if you are scared of giving this examination, that it's not gonna work in your favor, and it's definitely gonna take a long way to you to get excelled in this paper and get the desired rank that you want to get into the national law universities that you are aiming for, right? So fearing the exam is not an option here. You need to understand that also, and do make sure that you are taking it on the lighter note and working towards it and not getting scared of it, right? So that is something really, really important for you guys. Now, there are some more points that are there to remember. First is strategizing your mocks and analyzing it. So you strategize how you're going to give the mocks, and once you've given the mocks, you need to analyze it also. Next is that the next part is the fear of mistakes, right? Self analysis is something that people can't do. So you need to do the self analysis also, right? That where am I lacking, what all better I can do, what are the techniques that you can take on. So 1 to 2 mocks per week is very important. Depends on the number of mocks that you have solved so far, is going to mirror your real image to you. Now there is a compulsory analysis of mocks. If you have not analyzed your mocks, pick them up again, write those mocks again and analyze them again, right? If not analyze the previous mocks, analyze them as well, right? So all the mocks that you've given, they are the set of questions that from where any question can pop up in your CLAT examination. They are really, really important for their examinations, because sometimes these teachers who are preparing your CLAT exams also pick up some of the questions from here and there, and they tend to get repeated in your mock tests also. So it's better you are already giving them in full spree. Okay, coming to the next part, that is you can read fear kills more dreams than failure ever will. So getting scared is not an option. You need to be really, really strong hearted while you're going for all these competitive exams. Next is reading speed and solving comprehensions. You need to improve your reading speed. That will help you in solving the comprehension based passages better. So do make sure that you are reading a lot of comprehension based passages and also reading a lot of editorials in the newspaper. That is definitely going to help you to improve your reading speed. Now coming to the next part is there are some tips to increase your reading speed also. Stop the inner monologue. A lot of students try to take the inner monologue where they read it in their heart. That's what we say, that you read it in your heart or you recite it in your heart. So stop the inner monologue. Second, avoid rereading. Once you start rereading, you need to reread everything to make sense of it, right? So read it once. Make sure that once you read it, you are done with it, right? You don't need to read it again and again. That is something you need to understand. Next is using of peripheral vision, right? So a lot of students tend to keep the books and or any paper that you're reading in front of their eyes. Don't keep it in front, keep a little slanted so it comes in your peripheral vision. That is going to definitely help you to improve your reading speed also. Now the next is use a stopwatch. Don't use it as a race for yourself. Do make sure that you are taking your own time and the stopwatch is working out then, and you are reading the whole passage very very carefully and seeing how well you can read it and understand it in the first go itself. That is something that is going to change a lot of things for you once you start doing all this. Okay, coming to the next part, that is 360-degree reading. Okay, so the first is cause of the event. If there are two types of causes, there is first cause of event is when you read about the policy or the organization, what was the cause for that, or the second is the background or the person involved or must know about the places, right? So these are the type of things that you need to understand for 360-degree reading particularly. Now coming to the next part for the day, that is the challenge yourself and set a target. Always very important to challenge yourself that you will get a certain amount of marks. Once you achieve that, then you need to set a bigger target for yourself. So definitely keep challenging yourself and set a target while you are giving all these mock tests, and you need to stay enthusiastic while you're doing all of this. If you are taking it as a burden on yourself, then definitely your chances of succeeding in these examinations reduce a lot, right? So you need to make sure that you are setting your targets really really straight while you're giving these examinations. Okay, coming to the next part is that for every article you read, every article you solve, set a time for everything, calculate, right? Be very calculative. So you need to find the exact time that you take while solving any question or any of the passages that you get. How to set time? You need to take time to solve similar questions. Obviously, give yourself lesser time. Get the perfect timing with the highest productivity. ठीक है जी, आपने को पहले आपको accuracy पे काम करना है. Then you need to go for accuracy. First accuracy, then you need to make sure that you are reducing your time. So accuracy is the first thing that you need to achieve when you start preparing. Then you everything else can be achieved during that time, because once you're accurate and confident about your answers in these examinations, then it also changes a lot of gameplay for a lot of students. So do make sure that you are first focusing on accuracy itself. Now coming to the next part, that is the revision key to success. So if you are looking to get success in the examination, then revision is the key to success. Make sure that you are revising your general knowledge, logical reasoning and legal aptitude principles, and uh, different types of concepts that have been told to you in torts, constitutional law, criminal law. So do revise all of them so that you don't find a problem when you are in your examination also. So revision is the key to success here. Last is that it builds up confidence, it reduces the time that is taken to solve the questions, it provides clarity also, and it brings a better quality to doubts in further questions, and also helps you to relate to previous events and draw comparisons, right? So these are all the things that you can do while you are preparing for your CLAT examination. These are very important do's and don'ts that you need to make sure to see for sure. Now if you, that is it for today guys. I hope you are able to understand what all are the tips and tricks that you can make sure while you are going for your CLAT examination, and they will help you definitely out a lot while you give the paper and also prepare for your examination, right? So do take care of all these tips and apply them to your examination, right? So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for joining the live session. Do hit the like, share, and subscribe button, and also become a part of the Telegram channel that we have under the name of CLAT at the rate Pratham. Thank you, guys. Take care of yourself. Do wear your masks and hand sanitizers, and keep washing your hands regularly. Bye bye. Take care. Keep safe and keep preparing.